Entering an invoice in 21st Century Accounting. In the main 21st Century Accounting menu, in the Default Date box, enter the date you want the system to use as the default date for your invoices. Click OK. From the main menu, click Sales, then Invoices. The Batch Options window will display the name and period for this batch of invoices. The default date displayed on the main menu is incorporated into the batch name. You can enter a different batch name or period if you need to. Click OK when you are finished. The invoice window has two sections. The batch names will be listed in the left pane. The name of your batch is displayed. In the Customer Type box, you can choose Customer or Occasional. The customer designation showing denotes that this customer has already been entered in the system. If you click the pull-down menu, you can select Occasional as the customer type. This is for a cash transaction or a transaction with someone not configured as a customer or vendor. Tab to the transaction box marked Trans Type. The invoice will automatically be set as a sale. If you click the pull-down menu, you will see other options for credit memo return and debit memo. For now, we will do a sale for a customer that has already been entered in the system. Tab to the customer box. The first box is for the customer's serial or ID number. You can either enter the customer number or tab to the next box to enter the customer name. You can also click the pull-down menu to find the customer. If the customer has not been entered, scroll to the bottom of the menu and click New to enter the information, or you can click F9 from the box. Once you have selected the customer, if you need to alter the customer's information, you can click F2. A window will open allowing you to do so. Click OK and save changes when you are finished. Tab to the invoice number box. The next available invoice number will automatically be entered. You can change this number if necessary. Tab to the transaction date box. Make sure that the date is correct. Tab to the order number box. If you previously entered a sales order, you can use the pull-down menu to find it, or you can enter the number manually. Tab to the ordered by box. Enter the name of the customer who placed the order if that information is available to you. Tab to the purchase order box. If a purchase order was used for the sale, enter the number here. Tab to the tax group box. You can use the pull-down menu to find the appropriate tax if needed, or you can create a new tax by selecting New at the bottom of the menu. You can also create a new tax by pressing F9 from the box. Once selected, you can edit the tax by pressing F2. Be sure to save your changes. Tab to the discount rate box. If you would like to enter a discount percentage for the entire invoice, enter it here. We'll enter 0.10 to indicate a 10% discount. Tab to the item ID box. If you have created an item ID for the product being purchased, enter it here, or you can use the pull-down menu to select an item or enter a new item. You can also select New to create a new item. Save your changes when you are done. Tab to the description box. The description will automatically be entered. You can alter this description if needed. Once selected, you can change the quantity, unit of measure, price, select tax or no tax, and discount amount where indicated. Once the item has been filled in, if you need to delete the item, right-click on the item ID and select Delete Row. Tab to the shipping box. Shipping costs must have been previously set up in the product list as if it were a product in order to have the GL distribution predefined. If you have not yet set up shipping options, go to Item Tracking, Configure Items from the main menu. If you have set up shipping items, use the pull-down menu to select the appropriate choice. Tab to the Payment Tendered section. Tab to the Payment Tendered section. If you have received payment at the time you are entering this invoice, You can enter the information in this section. If not, leave the section blank. Use the pull-down menu to select the payment type you would like to use. Tap the description box. In the description, if they paid with a check, you might enter check number and whatever the number of the check is. Tap to the payment amount box. The payment amount will automatically be entered. Tap to the billing address box. If you need to change the billing address, click the folder icon. Once you've made your changes, click OK. If you need to change the shipping address, click the folder icon and make the changes necessary. Tap to the description box. Enter a description if you need to. Once you click OK at the bottom of the window, the next new invoice will appear. Notice that there is a check mark in the left pane next to the invoice just created. You'll need to save the batch before exiting the invoicing window. Click the original invoice to print, email, or delete the invoice at the bottom of the invoicing window. You can also create a packing list by clicking the Print Packing List button. To post a batch, click the batch name in the left pane and click Post Batch at the bottom of the window. This concludes this lesson.